Terry, come on, man. Ugh, this glare is just really annoying. I'm sorry. Let me try and fix it. And as per usual, I forgot to put my microphone back on. So anyway, I wanted to apologize that I haven't been on here lately. It's been kind of a rough year, and I've been struggling a lot with my mental health and everything like that. So I don't really feel like talking about it right now, but I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or anything like that. So today's video is going to be about some of my current favorites. I'm going to turn this down. I think it's too bright. Hold on. It's going to be about some of my current favorites. So let's get into that. So if I seem down or anything, I apologize. I just wanted to get back on here and start creating some more content because A, it makes you feel better when you make yourself get out of bed and do stuff. And B, I just missed making videos. So I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. So, all right, let's get started. So some of my favorites. Let's start out with SPF. So I've become a really strong believer in SPF in the last year or so. And it's also become kind of a trend as well to make SPFs that are friendly for under makeup, because usually they used to be really like greasy and not really mesh well with foundation. So I'm really happy that lots of different brands have come out with very fluid like sunscreens that aren't necessarily mineral. I'm okay with chemical sunscreens. So why does this look grainy? I'm okay with chemical sunscreen. So the Can Make Mermaid Skin Gel UV SPF 50 plus PA plus 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 plus. It's for the face and body, but it's so small. I would only recommend using it on the actual face. It smells like the Bobbi Brown. Here it is. It smells like this, the Enriched Face Base, the Bobbi Brown one. That's what it smells like. Anyway, not that most people care what things smell like, but so it has this like lemon smell to it. And it's really not gel-like to me at all. It's more like a lotion. So it looks like a lotion, but when you blend it into the skin, it is very gel-like. So I guess that is an accurate name for it, but it is very unobtrusive. It sits very well under makeup. I'm wearing all these products today on my face, so that you can tell it sits well under makeup. Smells nice, light consistency. I've been using it quite a bit. It'll be an empty sooner than later, and it is Japanese to my knowledge, but you can get it on Amazon.com and Yes Style for like $10. Great product. Let's continue with primer. So I did bite the bullet and I showed in my empties video a primer that was the First Aid Beauty hyaluronic hydrating primer. I mentioned that I really liked it, but the full size is really big and it's also $30. So I bit the bullet and I had some points from Ulta and got a discount on it, and I got the full size and I do not regret it at all. So it is the Ultra Repair Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer from First Aid Beauty, and it is wonderful. You only need a little bit. So if you use too much, it will pill on you, but you only need a little bit. It smells like cucumber. It's great. And I also splurged and got the pore filling primer, and I love both of them for different reasons. So I use this on like the outskirts of my face. The pore filling primer is actually at my other house, so I don't have it on me, but it would be in this video if I could get it in this video. But I use the pore primer primarily on my T-zone and a little bit on my cheeks right here, because that's where my main problems are with my pores. So they're both cucumber scented, and one really does have that silicone-y feel, but this one definitely is more like a lotion. and it is hydrating, but it really does help with the longevity of the makeup, I've found. But like I said, if you get a little too happy with this, it will pill on you and then it'll be frustrating. So highly suggest the hydrating primer and the pore filling primer. Next is the MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Radiant Sheer Foundation. This skin tint, oh my gosh, it's magical. So I would not recommend using a sponge or a brush for this. Use your fingers. And like I've always said in my videos, I used to use my fingers, so it was like going back to my roots. I love it. It's in a little squeeze bottle like this, and you get 1.7 fluid ounces for $33. Seems a little steep, but a little goes a long way, and especially if you're getting it as a skin tint, it's kind of like you don't want that much coverage anyway. But if you do want a little more coverage out of it, just apply a second layer and really rub. And as soon as you start rubbing, it thickens. And that's why I recommend using your fingers, because it really does thicken up as you use your fingers and rub it in. It's kind of weird. I don't know how that works, but it does thicken up. I have the shade C2 for reference, and I am on the yellow undertone side and I am on the fair to light side. So just for reference, that's the shade I use, but it is incredible as far as light to, even like I would say light to light medium coverage. So if you want a little bit of radiance, it does have some glow to it. Now I am extra glowy because I'm wearing my favorite highlight lotion that I mentioned in my last one that I bought like 50 of because it was going out of, well, they were discontinuing the product, but I have that on underneath, but on its own, it still is very radiant in its own right. So I wouldn't suggest it for somebody. And when I say radiant, I don't mean radiant as in like it's emollient and it's going to be oily and it's going to be shiny on your skin. Not at all. It kind of dries down to a satin finish. So it's not sticky or anything like that. I always set things regardless, as you'll see later in the video. I always set things regardless, but it's not glowy or dewy in that respect. I think what makes it radiant is there's like a tiny bit of micro pearls in the actual formula. So it does give you this boost of like radiance without it having to compromise the formula and make it sticky or dewy or anything like that. So that's where the radiance part comes in. I don't want it to be like deceiving and seem like it's talking about like a dewy foundation. That's not what it's like. It dries down. So really good skin tint. I think I've mentioned this before in a likes, or maybe I haven't, I don't know, but this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. It's in a huge bulky case, but what I do is I get the NYX setting powder, and it's like in a case that's like half this size, and I just transfer it into that for my travel bag, but at home I don't mind. And it has a little like sifter, oh, you can't really see, like little honeycomb shaped sifter. It doesn't really get everywhere, and what I love about this is it's only $4.99 at Ulta, and it is humongous. You get 20 grams of product, 0.7 ounces of product. This is a hefty amount of product, and it really does smooth and blur like your skin. It really does. Ooh, what is that line? It smooths and blurs your skin and sets everything. You could use it for baking if you want, which is one of the reasons why I think they give you so much product, but I don't bake. I just lightly powder under the eyes. So you can use it for baking. It's very versatile. I would highly suggest it, being only $4.99, and I'm in love with it. I've bought 2 of them. I've already gone through a whole one. So this is my second one, but I have a third one on backup, and I can't see myself ever spending $30 anymore on expensive setting powders. When I have this, I just don't see it happening, because this is just such a good solid powder, so finely milled. There's just nothing bad I can say about it. Get yourself some of this setting powder if you want a light blurring layer that isn't too thick or cakey, but has no flashback on it for your face. these two products have been living in my everyday makeup bag since I got them maybe, I want to say a month ago. And I got it during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty because, like I said, I'm cheap. Well, not cheap, but I'm just wary of spending over $20 on most makeup products unless I really, really, really want to give it a shot. These two are the Nabla Skin Bronzing Sun-Kissed Effect Bronzing Powder in Ombre and the Skin Glazing Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder in Amnesia. So it's their bronzer and their highlight. The bronzer from Nabla, I've wanted to try these for so long. This one's in Ombre, and this one is more, I guess amber like is a good description for it. So it is kind of like an amber, warmer tone, not warm as in orange, maybe a tiny bit on the red, like red underside or red undertone, but it's like so silky. And what I love about these powders is that they're very, very buildable. They don't go on like really pigmented washes right off the bat. You really do have to build them up. And because of that, I love that there's not much kickback. You will get no kickback on these. You'll be like, am I even getting anything when you put your brush in it? But then you look at your brush and you're like, huh, I did. But that is what I love about these. Not much kickback, which means it's gonna last for a long time. You're not gonna go through it very quickly. And as I've mentioned before in my other empties video, I go through bronzers like water. So this is gonna be a great, great, great staple bronzer in my collection, and I'm using it every day. I also got a darker shade just to try it, and that will definitely be my summer shade, but this is gonna be good for fall and winter. And like I said earlier, I have a light, sometimes fair, but mostly light complexion with a yellow undertone, and Ombre definitely works for that. So keep that in mind. Then the highlighter in Amnesia, this one I got two, Amnesia and I forget the other one, but this one is the kind of bronzier, darker one of the two highlighters, more champagne, and I'm wearing it today. And I'm not going to be able to pull it off that much longer because it's fall time and I'm going to start lightening as the days shorten. So I'm pulling it off as long as I can. And it's a beautiful champagne color, probably meant more for medium to dark skin tone. It's just beautiful. And like I said, what I love about it is that it's buildable. Yeah, there you can see it. It's buildable and it's silky, but there's no kickback. It's interesting how neither of the powders are creamy. Like most people are like, oh, I love how creamy it is. It's just silky. It's dry and silky, but it's not creamy. And I think that's what makes it so buildable. So it will last for a very long time because highlights last for a long time anyway, but this one will last for a very long time. So I think they're good investments. I would even pay full price for these. Now that I've tried them and tested them, I would pay full price for these. I mean, it's not bad to get them on a sale, but they're worth every penny. They are worth every penny. This is on the very opposite end of the price spectrum, but this is the Essence The Blush in Befitting. I love this blush. I'm wearing it today. Like I said, I'm wearing everything today. And it looks very mauve, very mauve. And it's more to me like a nude mauve. And so because it's a little more neutral, but cool at the same time, you can wear it with neutral to cool eye looks. So my eye look turned out a little more warm than I wanted it to today, but I still feel like this blush works with it because it does have that kind of like neutrality to it. It looks a little more pink on camera than it does in real life, but you have to trust me, it is a great neutral nude blush that goes with most any looks. And I really like that kind of tone during the winter time because during the summer I want to look like sun-kissed and bronzed, so I usually go towards like coral peach nudes and things like that in the summer and springtime. But this is really good for the colder months. I think it goes well with a lot of different eye looks, and that's usually how I pick what blush I want to use for that day. It's usually based off of, that was a fruit fly, that's gross. It's usually based off of the eye look and the eye palette that I choose that day is what I'm going to do my blush. Even though I put my blush on first, I pick out the eye palette first. Well, that's like my game plan is I always pick out the eye palette first, and then I pick out my blush on my lip and stuff like that and highlight to complement the eyes. Because to be honest with you, I feel like the eyes, especially if you wear full face makeup every day, your eyes are really like where it's at, especially if you're wearing masks. You got to go all out on your eyes. You don't want everything else to be mismatched looking. Highly suggest this blush for the cooler months, or even, you know, if you like neutral in the summer as well. And this baby right here, the Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist. I started out with a travel size of this from Ulta for $7.99 because I didn't want to spend the $14 on it, but it was on sale for like $7, so it was the same price as the little guy. And this is incredible. First of all, I really like the smell of roses, so if you're not into rose like scents, you're probably not gonna get into this or dig it, but it sprays so nicely, so fine and not aggressive, just very fine mist. You can hold it very close to your face, in fact, and you can really feel where it's landing, so you know where to go. You don't have to go crazy with it, but I like that it's almost like a buildable setting spray, which I've never really even heard that term of phrase before, because most setting sprays you just do it and you're like, okay, there we go, like you just deal with the spray. But this is very controllable. It's just so light that I can put it on over my eyeshadow to set my eyeshadow and not worry about it like smearing or dripping or splotches or spots on my face. It's just such an even mist, smells so good. You do have to shake it to get the little tiny particles in it going, but the particles are so micro that it's not like spraying glitter on your face. So you don't have to worry about that at all. It's just so good. So if they do have it on sale at Ulta, get it. Or if not, get most of these products on Amazon because they do have it. And then if you have Prime free shipping, can't go wrong. Highly suggest the Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist from L'Oreal. The next product, I don't usually show, Jerry, okay baby, it's okay. I don't usually show eye palettes on my channel that much unless I'm doing like a get ready with me, but this is a game-changing palette that I actually learned about through Emma Fleming. She cracks me up. She's one of my favorite YouTube influencers to watch right now because she's freaking hilarious. She's really down to earth, she's real, and I love her Irish accent, to be honest with you. She does say we a lot, so if that bugs people, maybe don't watch it, but she does say we things, but she does say we a lot. Other than that, she's hilarious, and she does the most incredible, intricate eye looks, and does them like they're no big deal to her at all. She's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this cut crease, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, wow, how did she do that? So my looks aren't that complicated, but I still was in love with this palette that she used. And she got it from Beauty Bay. I really had heard about Beauty Bay, but didn't really know if it was worth the hype. And also I didn't know if they shipped to the US because I knew they were heavily used in the UK. And that's where most of the influencers that I've seen use Beauty Bay get their stuff from. So I was like, oh, okay, well, it's probably not available in the US. So, but it is. And I got the app and I surf it every day and my wish list is like this long. It's crazy. So anyway, on to the actual product. This is the Golden Age 9-color palette. And I always keep things in boxes for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's also good for protection for the eyeshadows because it comes in these like bubble wrap things. But this is the actual palette. It has this like little metal thing, Beauty Bay B on it. For makeup that comes from the actual distributor, like let's say Sephora makeup. I like Sephora makeup, don't get me wrong, but like Sephora makeup or Ulta makeup, which I don't really like that much. This is incredible and it's from Beauty Bay itself. So you get a nice mirror and then these are the colors. Now it looks really boring. It does. It looks really boring. But I'm really in a neutrals phase. I think I've mentioned that in past videos before. I'm in a neutrals phase. And then when you actually swatch them though, like wow, I almost dropped it. That would have been tragic. So when you actually swatch them, like Look at that. Let me get another shimmer. Oh, it's like wet metallic. Let me get another one. Okay. I'm actually gonna do all the shimmers because they're just that beautiful. Oh, that one I used right there. But I also used Stila glitter, so there's no glitter in these palettes, but oh, that one's just so good, so good. These are so good, and they are great. It's my bathroom. I'm just gonna wipe it off. Oh man, it's just such a beautiful palette, such a beautiful neutral palette. Would highly suggest it. Every single shadow is creamy, pigmented, but it was like $12 or something like that, and so worth it. And also something I can see myself using every day because I can use most of the mattes, and if I want to use a little shimmer I can on like the inner part of my lid, but you know, it's up to you. But as far as professionally speaking, oh yeah, tiny update for any of the 29 people that care. I'm finally going out into the work world, and I got my first job, and I'm going to be a therapist. And so I'm very, very excited about that. That is something that is helping me through this time. The fact that I'm going to start doing that. And, oh, I'm going to get teary. No, it's just been such a long time coming. I worked so hard for this, and, through a lot of like disability, and just, I never thought that I'd get to this point. I'm just really happy and really proud of myself. I am not proud of a lot of, actually I can't really think of too many things I'm proud about myself, but this one I am. And I love my support system that got me here, and that checks in with me, and that believed in me. So yeah, little life update there, and very happy. So anyway, back to the video. The second to last product that I want to show is actually a lipstick, which I also don't usually showcase lip products, I don't think, on this channel that often, but I can't not with this one, to be honest with you. This is the Buxom Full Force Plumping Lipstick. So people are probably like, plumping? Like, does it really plump? Yes, it does. I don't know how, but it has something in its formula that, very similarly to their lip gloss, when you put it on, you feel that tingly feeling. You put this on, you feel that tingly feeling. So this is in the color Boss. I'm wearing it right now, and I'm going to, it comes in such a pretty little bullet, but I'll put some on now. And it, like, the shape of it is very nice because it really hugs the lips. And when you put it on, it's very like creamy and nice, but it's so weird. When you put it on, you feel that tingle, and it's a lipstick. You feel that tingle. I don't know how they like snuck that plumper into there, but they did. And it does plump because my lips don't look like, well, yeah, it does plump. My lips kind of look like this naturally, but I think it did. Do I look like a Tamagotchi from the side? Hold on. If I look like a Tamagotchi, then it is working, because that's how I know. I look like a Tamagotchi. I always have. My lips just go. Anyway, great, 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 great lipstick. And all the colors are pretty neutral, pretty nude-ish. I think they have some reds, but you know, they have every color that you would want in your life. So check them out. I got mine on Ulta. Oh yeah, I should probably start doing some like professional makeup looks, because I'm not going to be able to do telehealth like this. I'm not trying to go soft glam for my clients. But yeah, I'm going to try and do some like everyday work appropriate looks. I'm not going to be able to break out the falsies. I might be able to wear some like natural looking falsies, but I won't be able to wear my gala ones like I'm wearing today, which is a bummer, but So my final
You gotta make a
favorite
living somehow, right?
this month, or actually this last few months. Yeah, because my birthday was in July, so like a couple months, is the Armani My Way perfume. Right here, looks like this. And mine is in the 1 ounce bottle, I believe. The story behind this is that my lovely partner wanted to get me a perfume because I collect perfumes. He wanted to get me a perfume for my birthday, but he had no idea what to look for. So he went into Sephora and asked a guy that working there and was like, what do you suggest? And he was like, you gotta get this. This is what everybody, it's like all the rage. It's brand new. If she collects, she's gonna want this. So he gave it to me and he said, hey, I got you the smaller bottle. I know you collect the big bottles, but I got you the smaller one because I didn't know whether you were going to like it or not. And if we need to return it, like I didn't want to waste like one of the big bottles. So, and if you like it, then we can buy the big one. So I was like, okay. So I tried it out. I actually like it. It's very mature. So it's a very mature scent and it's heavily tuberose in notes. One of the top notes is tuberose, and which is a very popular note right now. And I do like tuberose. So what I would say is if you have the Juicy Couture original perfume, do not get this. It's almost a dupe. Very mature smelling, a little fruitier than the Juicy Couture, a little lighter than the Juicy Couture. But if you have that one, don't get this. This, why it's in my favorites is because it is a very nice all year round scent. It doesn't have too much musk in it, and it's not too fresh, so it's not really leaning towards any of the seasons more than the other. It's one that is so classy. I could see myself wearing this every day to work, and I probably will. What's also really nice about it is that a little goes a long way, and the scent sticks around. For example, I wore it like the first day he gave it to me and I slept that night, and in the morning my sheets smelled like it, which was nice. And I'm not complaining, but it also just speaks to the potency of the formula and that it really is a good one. I love scents like Marc Jacobs, Daisy Dream. That's my absolute ride or die for like the warmer months, but it like dissipates so quickly on my skin for some reason. And so it's frustrating because I have to use a lot of it just to smell like that all day. This, however, sticks around and I don't have to use a lot of it. So cost effective wise, this is where it's at. And like I said, it's classy, it's mature. I'm in my 30s. I can't wear those fruity scents forever. Scotta's gotta go. This is taking its place. I'm always gonna wear Euphoria though. Euphoria is my go-to, but in the colder months. But I will wear this, and I will wear it for like professional reasons, not casually, but it is very elegant, very sophisticated, and very mature. So recommend this. All right, so that concludes my favorites for this month, or the past few months rather. And I also am really gonna try and get my butt out of bed and filming on days that I have off, because I think it is therapeutic. It takes my mind off of things, and hopefully I'll be a little more chipper in my future videos. But I'm still trying to get my bearings since the last maybe actually 1.5 to 2 years was freaking rough. It like put me through the. If I can get through a lot of that emotional turmoil, then I think I got this, as in I got life. I mean, like I can make it through lots of things. I'm durable now, you know, thicker skin, you know, the whole 9 yards. But anyway, I hope you're having a great day, night, whatever it is where you are. And those are my favorites. Please like and subscribe if you feel like it. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye.